Hey Star Warriors, Stargeek here, to count down the top 10 best battles from the Star Wars Saga. I've covered lightsaber duels, but I haven't looked at the actual wars that the series is based around. This list does not include small-scale skirmishes between a few ships, such as the Millennium Falcon escaping the Death Star or Jakku, but rather full-scale wars. There are some intense ground and space battles to look through, so let's get started with the action. In 10th place, we have the Battle of Utapau.
Oh, by the way, I think you'll be needing this.
Thank you, Cody. Now let's get a move on. We've got a battle to win here.
Yes, sir.
This is definitely one of the most underrated battles. Utapau serves as a very unique and deeply detailed location to fight. The hope for the Republic looks bleak at the start, with Obi-Wan surrounded and outnumbered by Grievous's battle droid army. The surprise attack of the clone troopers dropping in from the rafters above really kicks off the battle. As Obi-Wan and Grievous head off for their own confrontation, clones and droids fight it out, even using hand-to-hand combat when necessary. It's a really great look at some ground combat between the Republic and the Separatists. Just seeing the gunships fly through the craterous landscape is worth a place on this list. And on top of all that, this battle is the first place that we are introduced to Order 66. At spot number 9 is the assault on Starkiller base.
They're in trouble. We can't leave. My friend's got a bag full of explosives. Let's use them.
This is the climax of the 7th Star Wars film. As our main characters go off to rescue Rey, the small forces of the Resistance try their best to take out the First Order's greatest threat. Incredible cinematic shots of warring fighters draw you into the action, with explosions erupting around the screen. As Poe Dameron makes the final blow with the aid of our heroes on the ground below, Starkiller base implodes in on itself. This intense high-risk battle would be much higher on the list if it wasn't for the fact that it has the exact same plot as not one, but 2 other Star Wars endings. Even so, this is a fun skirmish between good and evil, earning 9th place.
Our job's done here. Let's go home.
In 8th place, we have the Battle of Naboo. There are really 4 different parts to this battle. The attack on the droid control ship, the Gungans versus the battle droids, Padme versus Nute Gunray, and the Darth Maul lightsaber battle. Since I'm not looking at the lightsaber duels on this list, I'll focus on the other parts. Padme and her crew participate in a somewhat slow climb to capture Gunray, but it's a vital step in the battle. The space portion of this skirmish is really the most important fight, giving Anakin Skywalker his time to shine as an incredible pilot. It features some classic Star Wars action and comedy, as the Federation station erupts in explosions, and on the ground, the Gungans assault in an enjoyable battle against the droid army. With new weapons, creatures, and locations surrounding this fight, the Battle of Naboo earns spot number 8. At 7th, we have the Battle of Yavin.
I can't shake it!
This automatically gets points for being the first battle in the entire saga. The interstellar dogfight that takes place over the massive Death Star is incredibly exciting. It features fast turns, emotional deaths, and great suspense. It uses some of the highest quality special effects for the 70s that still hold up 40 years later. This is Luke Skywalker's defining moment on his path to becoming a Jedi, and mastering the ways of the Force, having to dodge the blasts of tourists and TIE fighters, getting over the deaths of his childhood friends, and escaping the clutches of his arch-nemesis all add to his struggle. It's an amazing climax that deserves to be revered.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Entering at spot number 6 is the Battle of Geonosis.
All quadrants to Sector 515.
This segment has so much to talk about. It starts with a battle arena filled to the brim with battle droids, when the Jedi Knights come in to save the day. On top of the coolest collection of saber-wielding Force users, this is where we are first introduced to the epic qualities of the clone troopers. As the troops take the scene, the fight really kicks off. The white-clad soldiers wipe out huge sections of droids, showing off their true capabilities. On top of the war between the ground troops, the fight in the air is just as exciting, flying right over the soldiers on the ground and firing missiles all over the scene. New types of war droids enter to make things even more interesting. The way that the entire skirmish is filmed and animated makes it all the more exciting, earning this battle 6th place. Making it to the halfway mark at spot number 5 is the Battle of Kashyyyk.
The droids have started up their main power generators.
Then now, the time is, Commander.
Nothing is better than seeing masses of Wookiees taking on their battle droid adversaries, swinging from ropes, flying around in dragonfly-like warships, and blowing up attacking vehicles. We don't get to see much of this fight, but what we do see is breathtaking. Kashyyyk has one of the greatest environments in film history. This beachside war zone works perfectly for a mix between water, islands, mountains, and trees. Kashyyyk has always been one of my favorite planets simply due to its massive trees that the arboreal Wookiees live in. The design of their buildings and the surroundings always make for a fun setting. And it certainly helps to have Chewbacca and Yoda on the scene. At spot number 4 is the Battle of Takodana.
It's the Resistance.
The Force Awakens built up to this moment, finally showing us a true battle between the Resistance and the First Order. Seeing TIE fighters battle against X-Wings for the first time in 30 years is incredible. As the Resistance flies in to save the day after the enemies obliterated the castle of Maz Kanata, the action really picks up. Huge sweeping passes and skillful attacks make this skirmish a joy to watch, and with the arrival of Kylo Ren, this attack elevates to a whole new level. Both sides get to show off their abilities and combat skills, and the emotional connection between Han and Kylo is truly introduced. It's a great scene from Episode 7.
That's one hell of a pilot!
In third place, we have the Battle of Coruscant.
R4, be careful, you have
Oh dear.
If you're looking for character development and clever dialogue, this isn't the battle for you. But if you just want to see some stuff blow up in an incredible fashion, this is certainly a jam-packed space adventure. The opening shot of the film alone lasts for a minute and a half without any cuts. It takes us through a battlefield as we follow 2 Jedi starfighters. At first, everything seems calm and peaceful, but we quickly jump into laser blasts in a crowded battlefield. With an incredible John Williams score, this scene keeps you moving along with the action. And say what you will about the prequels, but this CGI still holds up incredibly well today. Buzz droids, crashing warships, and a camaraderie between Anakin and Obi-Wan all add on to this fight. It's hard to imagine a better way to open up a movie like Revenge of the Sith, earning this battle 3rd place.
Flying is for droids.
In 2nd place, we have the Battle of Hoth.
Just like new, Dak. How about you?
Right now I feel like I take on the whole Empire myself.
I know what you mean.
The Empire Strikes Back is by far my favorite film of all time, but it doesn't have much in the way of battles. Most of the film is calm and reserved, focusing on character development instead of action. But when it does pick up, it does it stupendously. The Battle of Hoth has so much going for it, taking a simple snowy background and turning it into one of the most exciting battlegrounds. As the troops fight on the ground, rebel snowspeeders take on the giant looming Imperial AT-ATs. The tactics that are put into play during the skirmish are brilliant, and the intense stakes add greatly to the suspense. Few scenes in movie history have quite so many iconic moments, such as the toppling of the walkers, the approaching foot, and Luke grappling underneath the all-terrain armored transport. The Battle of Hoth is simply one of the greatest war scenes in the history of film, earning 2nd place. Before I give you my favorite battle from the films, here are some runners-up. Okay, so there aren't that many battles in the movies. I had a hard time compiling together this list, but what I did want to mention was Rogue One. We don't know much about the actual fights in the film, but with more and more trailers and TV spots coming out, you can just tell that this is going to be an amazing movie, with some fantastic skirmishes. Tell me what you're looking forward to the most for Rogue One in the comments. Finally, in 1st place as the greatest battle in the Star Wars Saga is the Battle of Endor.
I love you.
I know.
Hands up! Stand up!
This is one of the most enjoyable parts of the entire saga. Return of the Jedi had a lot of pressure to be a great film, and it definitely delivered with this climax. Excluding the fantastic duel between father and son, this battle is intense, lighthearted, and full of great moments. On the ground, Ewoks and Rebels band together to defeat the forces of the oppressive Empire. Through passion and teamwork, even a primitive group like the dwellers on the forest moon of Endor can win over evil. AT-STs really steal the scene on the surface of the moon, but the true heart and soul of this battle is up in space. Above the forest moon, a rebel fleet battles it out with the Empire. Through impressive enemy forces and clever traps, the rebels push through. Once they get inside the Death Star, the suspense really builds, as we watch the Millennium Falcon barely make it out in one piece. This has incredible cinematography and special effects, which make it very nice to watch. Seeing the second Death Star blow up definitely seals this battle as the greatest one in the saga. So that's my list on the top 10 best battles. Subscribe to Star Geek for weekly Star Wars content. If you enjoyed the video or agree with the list, please shoot that like button at light speed. You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by clicking the links in the description, and you can check out my last video, a panel I did talking about how I make YouTube videos, if you just click on the thumbnail. You can also watch my list of the top 10 best scenes from The Phantom Menace. Until we meet again in a galaxy far, far away, this has been Star Geek. Another video down. Okay, better get started on the next episode. Isn't there something special coming up? What is it? I swear there's something coming up. Oh, what could it be? Oh no. Oh, not again. Life Day.